This is a tip for advisors that will make an absolutely profound difference in your ability to convert prospects into clients. Just finished a grueling workout and was experiencing some pain, and it reminded me of what I help advisors understand when it comes to getting people motivated and becoming clients. It's not good enough to just help them reach their goals. Your goal should be to remove a pain, and the bigger the pain, hopefully a massive pain, will get them to want to actually work with you. And this reminds me of a story of an advisor that I'm working with, and he was telling me that he was talking to a prospect about a month ago and asked a typical question: when would you like to retire? The answer was 62. And it reminds me of what most advisors would do at this point, and effectively look at that and say, oh, there's the goal. So now I'm going to take that number, go back to my office, plug in a bunch of numbers into some software, and then it's going to spit out some number, right? So it's basically facts and logic at this point. And then the advisor is going to go back to the prospect and say, well, if you work with me, I'll be able to get you to retire by age 62, and here are all the numbers that support my data. But my advisor was taught to ask more questions. ABCs of sales: not always be closing, but always be curious. Ask more questions. So in this case, he was explaining how he went through the process, and then once he asked the question, when do you want to retire? He said age 62. So of course the follow-up question was, why 62? Why not 64? Why not 60? And his answer was that by age 62, he'll be able to wrap up his business, sell it, and then he can move on. So there was a legitimate reason for that number being age 62. From there, the next question was, so what do you plan to do in retirement? And the answer was, I want to move out east. Another question: why out east? Well, my son lives there, and I want to be close to my son and my grandkids. So what's the significance of you moving closer to your son? Like, why do you want that to happen? And this is where the pain comes in. So he explained to the advisor that he felt an enormous amount of guilt because he spent most of his life working on his business, building it, growing it, managing it. And the reason he felt guilty is because he was an absent father. In his own words, I feel like an absent father. Even though I provided for the family, I was never there for my son. And I want to make sure that I'm there for him now. And I want to be close to my grandkids and be the father to my grandkids that I failed to do as a father to my son. So that was a very emotional answer to that question. Bottom line is this: if you're the average advisor, all you did was ask the question, what age do you want to retire? And you're solving for a number, it's going to be a struggle to convert prospects into clients. But if you dig a little bit deeper and you ask questions and you dig deep and you find that emotional reason why they want to retire by a certain age or whatever that goal is, when this advisor went back and said, by working with me, I will be able to get you to retire by age 62, you'll be able to move out east, you'll be able to spend time with your son and your grandkids and basically make up for lost time while you were building your business. And this is what's going to happen if you work with me. Guys, it was a done deal. There was zero chance of this advisor not converting that prospect into a client. So the bottom line is this: if you really want to convert a lot more prospects into clients, you need to find pain points. Find the problem, find the pain. Hopefully it's a massive pain, because if you can solve that massive pain, you got yourself a client.